What's going on? I won't keep you long, but the message I'm going to put out right now, it's gonna be one of two things, and it all depends on how you perceive it. So let's get started. One day you wake up and you get a calling. God's knocking on your door, saying, "Hey, come be a better person. I got a deal for you." So you listen, of course. Not every day God talks to somebody, right? That you can hear him. Actually, in a lot of people's lives, it really does happen most times, most days. But anyway, I'm talking about a person who probably never heard the voice of God before in their life. And here's where it gets a little interesting. You get in there and you think it's all hunky-dory, and then you start getting scenarios projected upon you. So anything that can go wrong is going to go wrong. Anything that's going to go right, you're going to have to fight for it. Because in this type of atmosphere, anything and everything is going to be thrown at you, including the kitchen sink. Now, along will come somebody that'll seem to fit just right into your niche, your thing. Great, everything's cool. Problem is, though, no one says that they're on the fence, when on the fence is probably the safest place to be at that particular moment, because not only does another person have their own life going on, but you also have your own life going on. And all of a sudden you try to adjust to fit it when it doesn't fit. And then as time progresses, you find that not everything about a person's personality has been taken to the table. Yours and theirs doesn't matter. Mine and theirs doesn't matter. There's always a part of a person that they push down inside when they're trying to make something fit into their life that has no reason to fit there at all, period. The only reason it would be made to fit would be a desperate need of companionship or an ulterior motive. Or an ulterior motive that the other person has no idea they're participating in. So gather that all up now. You got what sounds like a good scenario. It's leading you down a path where you got to face your fucking demons and your shadows, and then it'll just put the utmost chaos into your life because you chose to make something fit that didn't fit. So, as you're trying to figure out what's going on, you've got one side talking, no, 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 and you got the other side talking, well, you know. So now you got a conflict going on inside of your head. And to be honest with you, we put it there. We're not subjected to it in any other way than an idea was brought and it formed into reality inside of your own reality, which is not what you see out in front of you in what we would call the 3D, but more or less what we would call the imagination side of your brain. And if you let an imagination side of your brain run wild, it's going to take you to some weird fucking places. Like the Wizard of Oz. Falling down the rabbit hole, following the path of the golden brick road. Yeah, that's it. And then you come across these entities or these creatures or these individuals, and what they actually are is a representation of each aspect of you. They're all fighting. They're all trying to lead. They're all trying to say their thing at the exact same time. Everyone's talking over one another. Now, and you can take all those aspects and get them to calmly coordinate in a very calm and respectful manner towards one another, because, face it, some of us aren't very nice to each other, and that's ourselves, not other people, but ourselves. I know of my life, I've caught myself talking down to myself a few times, and you don't really realize the damage that it does to you. So, the point of this story is no one really knows what's going on with you except you and God. Nobody knows about the struggles that's in your head. And what was done here was people were allowed to play in your imagination, in your field. And your brain, your imagination, your cognitive sense of self person spun it all together and came up with this whacked out fucking story when all you're waiting for is the projection no longer works. I'm in control of my own life, and I've already came to the fucking terms that this is not the person for me because they do not have the same direction in life that I do. This has been determined a while back. I guess you guys were just waiting to see how long it took for me to verbalize it so you could maybe prove a point. Maybe take credit? I don't know. I'm going to take credit for realizing what it is that's stopping, or was stopping me, because honest to God, there is nothing stopping me right now. The only thing stopping me is that I do believe this person needs to come to the realization that they're the own block of their own life. The only way that their life gets any better is if they decide to step out of their own way. There's nothing wrong with that. No one's even mad or yelling that this needs to be done. It's just that switch has to be flicked to complete the circuit. They need to realize that if life ain't what they want it to be, that all they got to do is change it. And that comes from quieting the voices in your head. Allowing yourself to speak to yourself. There was never a block. There was never all... There's some of this. Some of this shit's for real. But the stuff that's feasible that can be written out on paper right now, and the belief in God in your own way, though. Not my way. Your way. God is present in all of us in a different way. God, to me, is my connection to my soul and my spirit combining together to complete the circuit that allows my aura to illuminate now. That's the way I describe it bestly, that I can sit there and show each part as it works to light up, to create a whole circuit that now shines very brightly like a light bulb would in an open-closed circuit form. That's how I describe my relationship with my higher power, God, and how my soul and my spirit and the universe all connect in one. That's just how it is, and that's what I think about it. That's how I see it, and that's how it makes sense to me. Nobody else, maybe someone else, I don't know. But anyway, I don't know if I cleared the air about any of this or not. I don't know if anyone's just going to go like, here we go again. And to be quite honest with you, I don't care if you do or not. I got no control over it. Laugh it up. Take it seriously. Try to throw another test at me. I'm just going to eat it up and chew it back out. Eat it up and spit it back out the same damn way. Just because all this is happening doesn't mean I got any slower. It just means I got a bit sharper. Same can apply to anyone else that is trying to go through this. Remember, like I said, at the end of the day, it's up to you, nobody else. You gotta take that first step, and yeah, it's the dooziest one. It's the scariest one. It gets a little bit easier each time, though, because you can see it start. If you actually try, you start to see it apply in your life. It does work, and it starts showing up after a while. I know. I get up in the morning. I use the bathroom. I sit here and I stare for a good 10 minutes. Go through my thoughts. Say my heys, hellos, good mornings, and then I continue on with my coffee and whatnot, and checking up on the latest jibber jabber from the land of the fucking social media shit show. So there you go. That's truly how I feel.